Hey everybody, welcome to JLB Sports TV. I am Justin Block, and this is my Manchester City-Liverpool post-match review. Obviously, we just all watched Liverpool can get completely bludgeoned by Manchester City 3-1. Of course, prior to the match, it was reported that Javier Mascherano went on strike for Liverpool and refused to play. Obviously, there's been rampant speculation that he is on his way to Barca. It was reported that he agreed to personal terms with Barcelona. And I believe a deal was maybe 21 million or maybe 15 million plus two players. I'm not sure, but I'm sure within the next 24 to 48 hours, we will see Mascherano on his way out in a Barcelona uniform. And with Mascherano out, well, Lucas had to play along with Gerrard. Hodgson started the game in his familiar 4-4-2 that he played with Fulham. Gerrard and Lucas paired in the center of the park, Jovanovic count on the wings. And surprisingly, for the first time since the Robbie Keane days, we had two strikers up front in Torres and David Ingog, and it was pretty evident that David Ingog is not the kind of striker that you need, or not the quality kind of striker you need to really back up Fernando Torres. I thought Roy would keep the 4-3-2-1 and have Gerrard playing the hole next to Torres, but guess he didn't want to. Manchester City came out. They went with a 4-3-3. They had De Jong, Yaya Toure, and Gareth Barry all in the center of the park, which probably spelled the beginning of the end for Liverpool. As second Manchester City got possession, they just held it really tightly all game, and came out with some goals. Just on the first goal, I want to talk about it because that was just absolutely lazy, atrocious defending from Steven Gerrard, especially Steven Gerrard in that position. James Milner was just standing right on side with Gerrard, just literally standing next to him, allowed Milner to be played totally unmarked and onside like that. The ball was passed to Milner, who then just slotted it into Gareth Barry, who was given way too much space inside the 18, and he just slotted it past Reina. After that, the game was kind of downhill from there. Micah Richards made it 2-0. That definitely was not Tevez's goal. I don't think he got any boot on the ball off of Micah Richards' header on the corner. Daniel Agger was beat for that, and just it was an all-around dreadful performance from Liverpool. And you know, football's a team sport, so you don't really want to stick it to one guy and say, "Oh, he's the reason you lost 3-0." But come on, Daniel Agger, his individual performance was absolutely dreadful. He just had the worst time covering Adam Johnson the entire night, and Adam Johnson was a menace. Obviously, but you know what? In football, you just gotta cover up your teammates' woes and try to improve. Agger was terrible, but you know, across the board, just terrible display, especially on the left side. Jovanovic as well offered nothing going forward. Just I'm kind of at a loss for words. The side just looked sloppy, disorganized. The passing was bad. There wasn't really any imagination or inventiveness in attack. It just seemed like Liverpool was going every which way. One player wanted to go this way, and the other was heading in the opposite direction. It was just that kind of dysfunctional display from Liverpool, and I think this sort of bodes for how the rest of the season will probably go. I know you can't really say it's only 2 games. You know, we've got 2 tough draws against. We had to play Arsenal and Manchester City the first 2 games of the season with players coming back from injury in the World Cup. You know, that's tough, but it's obvious that Liverpool doesn't have the horses to compete with Manchester City and the Chelseas and Manchester United. Not only was Liverpool dysfunctional and disorganized today, but they were just outclassed on the ball. It was obvious within the first 15 minutes who had the better team. Manchester City had the better team. They bought the better players. They're a bunch of Manchester City. I mean, I liken them to a pimp. They just buy players, and you know, that's how it is. Liverpool just was outclassed on the ball today. It was simply just a dominant performance by Manchester City, atrocious performance by Liverpool. I want to know your thoughts on the match. How do you think Mascherano's transfer saga will end? Do we need to go sign another striker? That's it. I mean, I guess the only positive that I can draw out of the game was that Jamie Carragher played very well, and he had his critics last season. For the most part of the match, he marked Tevez very, very well. I know Tevez got 2 goals, but one was a penalty caused by Martin Skrtel, and the other one wasn't really a goal. That should have been Micah Richards' header for a goal off the corner. Tevez never touched the ball. So credit to Jamie Carragher, good performance by you. Everybody else can't say the same. Hopefully this is another match for Torres to get back to fitness. So I don't know. A lot to be desired in this game. So that's all, guys. I want to know your thoughts on the match. See you guys.